Again, it's me, Anna, and this time I'm gonna talk about confusing bullies, or my bullies, growing up in school and stuff. Um, in a smaller class, it weren't that bad actually, so gonna skip a few years to, I think, about 7th grade is where, 6th and 7th grade is where it got me the most. I was always bullied a little bit because I was bigger, still am, but that doesn't really matter. And because I was different, I liked wearing different clothes, and they didn't seem to agree with that. And that's really sad because standing out and being your own person shouldn't really affect other people's opinion on you. Oh, maybe it should. I don't really care. If you don't like me, that's okay. But my bullies, particularly, there was one guy that was kind of the leader of the group, and he apparently had 3 people he thought were the outsiders, and there was the one they would go after. Um, for my sake, it was not that bad with me, actually, until one of them actually moved because he thought it was too bad for him. So then it left 2 people, and obviously it became worse for us. But in my case, in the beginning, they started with a nickname. They called me Tarzan, and I don't really, in a long time, I didn't really understand why. I had no idea or recollection of a reason to that. So I asked them one time. Well, that was because another guy in the class had a dream about me being Tarzan. And I'm standing there like, why is that my problem? Why does that even matter to me that a guy in the class has a dream about me being Tarzan? That's his problem, not mine. Seriously. But it stuck. And I didn't care really. It was not the worst ever. So I could live with it. And it didn't happen that often, so it was alright. But they would also sometimes keep me out, of course, and, well, they didn't like the clothes I was wearing, of course, so there was also a little bit of that and talking behind my back, so, but at one time I remember, actually, they said it, and I just snapped. I think I yelled at him, yelling, "Now shut up, Jacob, now it's enough," and they just looked at me like with big, huge eyes, like, "What? Did she just say something? Oh my god!" And after that, they called me by my real name, so, well, not that bad. I will say I didn't have the worst bullies everyone can have. I was quite kind of lucky that I didn't get the worst, but of course it's not the best to actually be bullied. But at that time, I could see that it was worse for me, and like I was being bullied, and it's not a good feeling. But looking back now, I was actually kind of lucky compared to others, because they were actually nice to me sometimes, and it was not always you could figure out when they were bullying me and when they were just ignoring me or being nice to me. But sometimes they were actually protecting me, which is, I still find kind of weird. Like, there was a new girl in school, and no one really liked her from the beginning. We knew her from other schools, and she wasn't really the nice girl. And no one wanted to take care of her, like, show her the way, so I got that job. I knew her from kindergarten, and I didn't really get along with her that well. But I said yes, of course, and I was nice to her, showed her around, everything. She sat next to me, and I helped her out. And one time she just wrote a message to me that she wouldn't want to speak to me again, and I stank, and I was really bad, horrific. I was a skunk, I think she called me as well. It's a really nice message, not so much. So when I got to school, showed some of the girls a message. I know I probably didn't do the right thing. I should have gone to a teacher, but I was quiet and insecure. I would rather blend in with the wallpaper. So that was not real. But they helped me out, and got me to talk to a teacher, and I did. So they actually got a little angry that I didn't went to them first, but well, I get to them eventually. And all of a sudden, she had been raging in the classroom or something because she was flipping chairs and something, and I was just walking in the classroom and she stormed out. She actually flipped my chair, I remember. And the guys I remember talking, they said that it was not because of what I was doing, it was because she didn't want to take the football in. And the guy said that it was her turn to take it in, and she knew she wouldn't do that and stuff like that. So that common argument as well. And the guys, when then they found out what had happened, they actually supported me and said that I should come to them, and it wasn't fair if they did that to me and stuff like that. And I was really confused because they were the ones normally bullying me. So I couldn't really, but I was happy about it because I knew that they had my back. Really nice considering that, but well, another time actually they bullied me. I had a worse day, and we had music class. I remember that I think there was something about a song. We had to remember what we did in that song. It was a long time since we had played it, so I couldn't, of course, remember. And so then if we couldn't remember, we should hope that the others in the class could remember. And I stood there when he came to me and asked me what I had done. I didn't know. And the guy said, "You sang. Seriously, you sang." And I stood there, "I don't think I did." "Yes, you sang." "No, I didn't." "Yes, you sang." And okay, I sang. Okay. So when we got to the song, I was the only girl singing that song, and the others was guys, and it didn't really make sense, but that was how it was. So I thought a little of it. So when I walked home, another girl from the class actually talked to me about that part. She said that I didn't sing that song. I was playing another instrument in that song. I didn't sing. I thought there was something wrong about that, but the guys really wanted me to sing, and it's often like that in music class. I remember they would always push me to sing, even if it was a new song. They said, "Who would want to sing?" And they said, "And I want to." And I was like, "I do? Okay." But they would always push me to sing and be happy about it afterwards, like, "Yeah, good, you did good," and then bully me after music class. That didn't really make sense to me. So they do them, I do me, I think. I'm thinking back on it now. They really confuse me. Protecting me 1 second, bullying me next second, and the third they're just nice or ignoring me. It's like, get your mind to it, man. What the fuck? I can't read your mind, seriously, but apparently they were nice to me sometimes. And looking back, I think that somebody might have a crush on me. It's no stupid to say, but he was always kind of protecting me and stuff like that. It could be when you're younger, it's kind of the way you show, "Oh, she's cute," or something like that. I have no idea. I'm not a guy, I can't tell what's going on in their head, but this was my story about confusing bullies. And it always gets better when you get older because you can kind of more understand what's going on. I still don't understand completely, but it's better for me to now just think about it like it wasn't that bad. And of course, for some it's really, really bad, and some has another way of dealing with it. For my sake, I would say, compared to others, I got quite lucky, but also because apparently I'm likable to people that made me. Maybe because I'm shy and want to blend in with the wallpaper, I don't hurt anyone. So, but in a way, it helped me, I think, become stronger. Before that, I would never had an outburst to anyone like I did when I told the guy to shut up. But I realize now that it becomes more to my temper. I now can speak my mind a little more. I'm still shy. Yeah, a lot of shy actually. But I'm working on it, but it's all to make you stronger. I know it's terrible, but in some way, when you get out of it, you grow stronger. Of course, you want to be out of it. I won't justify bullying, not a chance. But if it wasn't there, it would be a better world. But as I always say, we always have to take the good with the bad and the bad with the good, because if the bad one there, would things really be that good? And bullying is not justified by that. Not at all. It should be stopped quickly, but we can't. Let's face it. It's a hard thing to stop because you might want to be good in your heart and everything, but there's always someone that's just like, yeah, I don't care about you, seriously. And we can't change people if they don't want to be changed. This is another topic as well, so maybe I'll talk to that another time. So, well, this is for me for this time, so maybe I'll see you next time.